Harvard sticker price can seem expensive, but the reality is our generous financial aid program allows any student to attend regardless of financial need. In fact, many students attend Harvard University without their families having to pay anything at all. If you're curious about how much a Harvard education might cost for you and your family, then stick around. This video is for you, as I'll walk you through exactly how affordable a Harvard education can be. This is the net price calculator, better known as the NPC. It can seem extensive and intimidating, but it's actually the best tool to figure out exactly how affordable a Harvard education might be for you and your family. I'm going to walk you through how to use it in a moment, but first there's a few things you need to know. This is not an application for financial aid. This is simply a tool to get a rough estimate about how much it will cost you and your family to attend Harvard. We do not save any information you enter on this form. You'll see a lot of fields to enter information on the NPC page. It doesn't matter where you enter the information as long as it's in the right category. The fields listed under each category are simply to help you identify which sources are assets and which sources are income. As long as the income is reflected in the income section and assets are reflected in the assets section, it doesn't necessarily matter where it's entered as long as it's categorized in the right place. Not all fields are required, so please feel free to leave a few things blank. Approximations are fine because the NPC is used to provide a rough estimate of your financial aid package. It may be useful to fill this out with a parent or guardian who is more familiar with your family's financial picture. All schools have NPCs, though they may look a little different from institution to institution. This video is reflective of only Harvard's NPC. Our NPC is also available in Spanish. Okay, with all that out the way, let's dive in. In this section, you'll enter some basic information about your family. Our financial aid packages change based on family size, where you live, and how many siblings you may have attending college. For the sake of this video, I'll pretend I live in the United States and I live in the state of Texas. I'll say my family has 4 people, 2 parents, myself, and a sibling. And I'll be the first to attend college, so I'll enter 1 for the number of children in college. We ask where you live because Harvard provides you an allowance to spend on travel in your financial aid package. Students who live further away naturally will have more in their travel expenses. International students qualify for the same aid as our U.S. students. We still cover travel costs regardless of the country you're attending from. Income information. For this section, you'll enter information about your family's income. It doesn't matter where you enter it, as long as it's a full reflection of your family's total income. I'll say that both my parents work and each makes $50,000 per year before taxes. So we add that together and we enter $100,000 for parent income gross wages. Let's say my mother also runs an online store on the side where she makes a few $1,000s per year. For that, I'll enter $3,000 under business farm income. I don't have any amount for interest dividend income, so I'll leave that as blank. We don't have any income from real estate or any other additional income for other, so I'll also leave those as blank. In the assets section, you'll enter information about assets your family owns. Do not enter any information about retirement accounts or the value of your home. Under cash and investments, let's say I know my parents have a savings account. I don't know the exact amount of money in the account, but $10,000 seems like right in the ballpark. So I'll enter $10,000 in cash and investments. You could ask your parents for a more specific number, but at the end of the day, the NPC is meant to provide a rough estimate of your financial aid. So again, approximations are fine. Likewise, I am not familiar with the finances of my mom's online store, so I'll just leave the business farm equity blank. I'll say my family doesn't own any property other than the house we live in, and my parents don't have other assets to report, so I'll leave those 2 fields blank as well as far as real estate equity and other assets. Sometimes students have jobs and are able to save some money, so for student assets, I'll pretend I had a job at a grocery store over the summer and saved $1,000, so I'll enter $1,000 under student assets. And finally, we've arrived at the estimated financial aid package. Let's break down what these numbers might mean for you and your family. Estimated scholarship. This is the scholarship amount you will likely receive in your financial aid package. This is money you will not have to pay towards your education. Your cost is how much it will cost you and your family to attend Harvard after receiving your estimated scholarship. This is simply the sticker price minus your estimated scholarship. Below, you'll find a breakdown of your costs. The cost of parents is how much your parents will be responsible for paying. This amount is based on the asset and income information you entered. The student asset contribution is about 5% of what you entered in the student assets field. The student turn time work expectation is a standard amount included in all financial aid packages. Most students work an on-campus job 10 to 12 hours per week to meet this expectation each academic year. It's important to note that this is not a billed cost to you or your family. This is simply a figure to incentivize you to work and gain that valuable work experience throughout your time here at Harvard. If you want to learn more about the net price estimate, please click Learn More about the estimate. I hope this walkthrough has shown just how affordable a Harvard education could be for families of any economic background. If you want to learn more and or get in contact with us, please refer to the links in the description below. Thanks for watching.
That's fine.
Woo! You got it. Thank you.